these look beautiful. And they're ready to cook?
Ready to fry.
Okay, let's start frying. Now, your first technique for shallow pan frying is what? Use a shallow pan.
I like cast iron because of the way it holds and retains heat. And we want the oil just to come up just a little bit of the side of the tomato. So we got the oil nice and hot.
Wow, that is hot. That looks like a lot of oil, too.
It's,
Wait, it's about a third of the... Oh, I guess it isn't so much when I'm looking at it.
No.
It's enough to make me scared. And about, what do you think about?
It's going to be about 3 minutes. We're going to color these. Tomatoes we don't want to fully cook. Okay, it's okay. They just start to soften up a little bit. And you can do this a few minutes ahead of time and then hold them in a warm oven while you make the pan gravy.
Okay.
Okay? And we're just going to let these, when frying food in this method, you want to leave things so they're not, you don't want to move it around a whole bunch.
Okay.
And you can see the colors just starting to turn brown.
I have a regular spatula if you need it. Oh, you're very good. Woo-hoo.
I'm going to let it brown a little bit more. This one's good.
I made fried green tomatoes. I don't think I've ever made fried tomatoes.
Oh, the green tomatoes will work great for this.
Uh-huh.
And, but if you have some ones that are a little off-colored or anything, this is just a great spring, summer meal. This with a salad, a glass of Pinot Grigio. It'd be a nice, light summer dinner.
Ooh, that sounds good. I like that Pinot Grigio. Like mimosas.
We're just going to let these fry.
Okay. And as you can see, our tomatoes are fried and ready to go. And now, what are you going to do, Chef? Make the pan gravy?
We're going to make our pan gravy. We've dumped out the excess oil, leaving a little bit. A few breadcrumbs in the pan are okay. This is a rustic dish. We're going to add some shallots. You can add shallots and garlic. And we're just going to...
One thing I noticed about these basic techniques is that there's a lot of room for creativity. You're not married to a recipe.
That's my whole philosophy. Once you learn a technique, you can change the recipe. The ingredients may change, the technique remains the same. It goes with the Chinese proverb, give a man a fish, he eats for a day. Teach a man to fish, he eats for a lifetime. Once you learn a technique, you can turn it into a variety of different dishes. We're going to dust with flour. French word for this is sange. We just want to add a little bit of flour to absorb the grease. And this is going to help thicken our sauce.
And of course that's different from a roux.
Because we're not doing an equal amount.
I see.
It's just going to be just enough to absorb some of the excess grease. We're going to add in some cream. If you want to make this less rich, you could use milk and a little bit of cream. You could use a combination of milk, cream, and chicken stock. But the technique's going to be the same.
And that's mixed to a really beautiful consistency.
And this is the other thing too, that don't worry about measuring amounts. You can add it to the consistency you want. We're going to cook this out, so it needs to be a little on the thin side because
and it's thick right now. Sorry for interrupting you, but it's rather thick right now.
Right. And we need to cook it out a little bit to cook out that flour flavor. Okay. And we're going to let it reduce down. Okay. And we got all the nice pan drippings. The breadcrumbs will help thicken it a little bit. And this gives it that grandma, that country country food, comfort food feel to it. We're going to add a little salt and pepper. Okay. Classically, with a white sauce, you would add white pepper.
Yes.
I don't like white pepper. And for a country gravy, black pepper is fine. White pepper tends to catch you too much in the back of the throat. I think the flavor of black pepper is more pleasing. And since it's going to be rustic and has little chunks in there anyway, the black pepper is not going to harm the appearance of the sauce.
And of course, lest viewers forget, this is a crab gravy.
Yes. We're going to add our jumbo lump in. Since we're using jumbo lump, which is very expensive, we don't want to break up the lump, so we just want to warm it through. We don't want to cook it. If you're not worried about having big lumps, you can use the more inexpensive back fin or a claw or special meat to save some money if you're going to break it up anyway. But if you're going to use jumbo lump, add it in at the end so you don't break up the lumps because you're paying for those lumps. Got a nice consistency. We're going to let it simmer for a couple minutes, then we'll finish it off.
And now we're ready to add the crab.
We're going to add our crab meat into it.
And once again, this is a jumbo lump crab.
Jumbo lump. And for 4 or 5 portions, you can use about a ½ pound. I'm going to add a little parsley for some color. And this is really a gourmet takeoff on old-fashioned biscuits and gravy. And we're going to plate. So we're going to drizzle a little bit around the plate. Grab some lumps. Put some on top. And then we can stack and drizzle a little bit more. Finish with a few chives. And we have crab and
Voila!
tomatoes.
Voila! Thank you so much, Chef. Persnickety Chef, who writes a column. And the upcoming column, I should say, is his 100th column. For KateMay.com and Kate May Magazine, and he's also known as Chef Jon Davies to most of us, but we sort of call him Persnickety. And thank you very much, Persnickety, for this yummy, yummy dish.